Hello everyone, this is Favorites. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to sort of apologize for, I'd say, kind of a bad stream, like a failed stream. If you don't know what I'm talking about Terraria, but we collect every single item, episode 5. This features my friend Gray. For those who watched, maybe just a couple minutes of it, you may have noticed that my screen wasn't up. So in the stream, you wouldn't have seen anything. You wouldn't have seen any of this. And also in the stream, probably about an hour into the stream, my mic was also cut off. My mic was also cut off. So there was a few minutes where you couldn't hear me at all as well. So this video is kind of just like an apology video to say sorry for what I would call a bad stream. I didn't actually realize it until after the stream when I checked the video, and I had forgotten to set up the screen on my recording software just before I started streaming. So in this video, I will just cover the main things that happened in episode 5, just so you guys are all up to date with how we are progressing in the series so far. I'll first start off with the weapons. I'll start off with the storage. There's a lot of ladybugs here, jeez. Being another episode, we obviously collected, I'd say we collected quite a few items in the last stream. We did start off the stream with 834 items, having collected, I think it was 246 items in episode 4. I'd say episode 5 wasn't as productive as we wanted it to. We're mainly gearing up and preparing for another boss fight. But anyways, I'm just gonna go through all of the chests with new items. I believe this chest, the apostrophes chest, I like to call it, I believe this was done in episode 4, so I think this is all done. In the numbers chest, we did get these timers, and here we got a few things here as well, and we even got some dungeon stuff as well. I'm just gonna kind of flick through all of these chests. We have 5 S chests already, which is insane. We've collected a lot here. I actually don't know how many total chests we need for the letter S, but since we have more than 5, since we have 5 now, we're on to our 5th one now. I'm assuming it's going to be a lot. I'd say maybe around 15 chests or something. I did also make, well, I am still trying to make a list of every single item. Still in the middle of making it. And once I've done that, I will then count how many chests you would need for each letter. I can say now that the first 2 chests we have here, these ones, they're complete now. They're complete. So now we just have to focus on every other item. I also haven't yet counted the amount of items we have currently, but I will soon, and that will be revealed in episode 6, which I'll hopefully stream tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Next, I think we're going to talk about just the main things that happened in the stream. First of all, I'll talk about the dungeon and Skeletron. Starting off with this pylon here. So this forest pylon here, I believe in either episode 3 or episode 4 we moved it. Because we wanted to have an easy way of getting to the dungeon. So, for reference, the dungeon is here. And we originally set up the pylon pretty much right here. And we had the zoologist, the golfer, and now we have the clothier. But we originally had just the zoologist and the golfer moved in, and the forest pylon was about here. So that was just an easy way for us to get to the dungeon. We also did set up a bed there as well, so we could spawn there once, if we were to die during the skeleton fight. And I can say now, because you can see I've explored the dungeon a bit, we did defeat Skeletron. It took us 2 attempts, I believe, but we did it. We defeated Skeletron. It's unfortunate that you couldn't see all the footage, but we will probably do some more Skeletron fights in the future just to make sure we have every single item from him, as well as all the other bosses. And while we were in the dungeon, we did find the mechanic, which is the reason why we have this snow pylon. So here's the mechanic. She's with the Goblin Thinker at the moment. She sells a lot of stuff. I did manage to get some of the pressure plates, some wires, levers, switches. I did get the timers, which I did mention a bit earlier in the video. She sells the snow pylon. So me and Gray have decided that the snow pylon will be the quickest way for us to get to the dungeon instead of having a forest pylon here. And we instead decided to move the forest pylon back to where it originally was. So that's mainly the dungeon in Skeletron. We did obviously collect some items from the dungeon, not all. We didn't explore all of the dungeon just yet because that was the last thing we did for the stream. So we didn't spend much time there. Okay, so, and also we did get the alchemy table as well. Okay, so I think the next thing we'll talk about is the Shimmer. So this was also while my mic was cut off as well, so you couldn't hear me anyways. During that time, Gray decided to find the Shimmer, or try and find the Shimmer. Luckily for me, I did get a compass, and there is like a sort of like an algorithm to estimate the location of the Shimmer. I did have a sign up here early in the stream. I did put up a sign just up there on just notes about the Shimmer. But we can talk about the Shimmer now. I did manage to get a cavern pylon. And this is the Shimmer, everyone. This is the Shimmer. Very, very nice. It's always a very nice place. And we do have a couple NPCs here. We do have the Demolitionist and the Tavern Keep. And we did also have the Goblin Tinkerer while he was here. But obviously because the mechanic moved in, we moved the Goblin Tinkerer in with the mechanic. So we have made a few other items here, like the Vital Crystal, the Arcane Crystal, the Ambrosia, all those sort of items. We even made Aether Torches and Aether Campfires, which look really, really cool. Unfortunately, if I go talk to this Demolitionist here, he doesn't sell the Cavern Pylon. Instead, he sells the Jungle Pylon, since we're in the middle of a desert. We're in the middle of a jungle. So what I had to do, I'll get out. So what I did have to do instead is I decided to go to the underworld and get myself the Cavern Pylon there. So I'll just quickly go down. Might take a while. Also, while I'm traveling down to the underworld, if you haven't seen any of my other streams, feel free to check them out and see how much progress we can make. We'll see how much progress we made in those streams. Okay, so over here, I did make a little bit of housing for, again, the Demolitionist, Tavern Keep, and the Goblin Tinkerer. And I did get, I think it was the Tavern Keep. I did get the Tavern Keep to sell the Cavern Pylon. Unfortunately, I did only buy one because I didn't think about having another one for storage. So in episode 6, I will probably rebuild this and get another Cavern Pylon to then put in storage, while I still have this other Cavern Pylon here in the Shimmer. While I'm in the underworld, I'll also just mention the obsidian houses. We did collect quite a few items here, mainly just obsidian furniture, like the obsidian workbench, obsidian chair, table, door, etc. And we also managed to get quite a lot of hellstone, mainly thanks to Grey. So that's probably why I have some of this armor here. I have molten armor. I believe either episode 3 or episode 4, I decided to switch from the ranged class to the melee class, which is why I have molten armor at the moment. And now that we've completed, now that we've beat Skeletron, Grey now has Necro armor, as he's going to be a ranged. He's going to be a ranger. So yeah, that's probably it for like the underworld and possibly the Shimmer as well. But I will go back down there to probably get a bit more hellstone and to get the other Cavern Pylon for storage. I did talk about gearing up, so we'll just talk a little bit about that. So like I said, I do have molten armor, and Grey has Necro armor. In one of our chests, we have the Hermes boots. I decided to buy some rocket boots from the Goblin Tinkerer, and I now have Spectre boots. I also managed to get Feral Claws from a Bramble Crate after quite a few minutes of Grey trying to find it in ivy chests. Yeah, it took a very long time for him to get it, but surprisingly quite a short time for me to get it, which was quite funny. Yeah, so I can fly now, which is great. So yeah, I think those are the main things. You could also go to the ocean as well. There is another thing that I'll talk about, and it's this weapon here, the fly mill. So now, what this weapon does is not a very practical weapon, but some of you might not know this, but this weapon, you can actually hit NPCs with it. I'm pretty sure this is the only weapon that you can use to hit NPCs. For example, if I hit this particle here, it does damage. So I can do that with anyone. It's mainly to get all of the NPC drops. So like for the stylist here, it has the chance to drop the stylish scissors when it dies. So I could use the fly mill to kind of make it a bit quicker to get, I'd say. And also if like the die trader dropped the exotic scimitar when he dies. So I could use the fly mill and try and get the exotic scimitar from him when he dies. I have attempted that on some other NPCs. Unluckily, I've been unsuccessful, but it will obviously take time. And also, I did get the Knight's Edge. So, I believe in episode 4, I think I had the Blade of Grass. Yes, I would have. I would have had the Blade of Grass in episode 4. Because I think episode 4 was when we decided to defeat the Brain of Cthulhu. And I did use the Blade of Grass for that. So I had the Blade of Grass. In episode 5, I believe Gray made the volcano for me. You do both have multiple pickaxes, which I made for both of us. And as we now have access to the dungeon, Gray got the Mirror Mask, so I was able to get the Edge. I did also have to make a blood shot as well. So this will not be my main weapon. Obviously, best sword and free hardware, so can't complain there. I think that is everything. I think that's everything. I think those are all the main things, at least. If I've forgotten anything, we'll probably talk about it in episode 6, when we stream it. Other than that, I think that is everything. So yeah, once again, sorry for what I call a bad stream or a failed stream. I will obviously, just before the stream, just make sure I have everything set up properly, and that way the streams will run smoothly. That time I probably just forgot to do that, but if it happens, just try not to do it again. So yeah, that was pretty much what happened in episode 5 of Terraria, but we collected every single item. I think that'll be all for today. Thanks all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. That would really mean a lot. I'll also put Gray's channel in the description as well, so you can subscribe to him. I'm sure he'll appreciate that as well. Yeah, so thanks all so much for watching, and we'll see you in episode 6 of Terraria, where we collect every single item. See you there.